Hey, what's up everyone, this is Sean and welcome to the Magic and Thrills. Hey, what's up everyone, this is Sean and welcome back to another new video here on the Magic and Thrills. Now today I wanted to have a fun little ranking video and I wanted to rank all of the Harry Potter themed rides at Universal Orlando and at Islands of Adventure. Now this video is not going to be featuring anything from sit-down restaurants or anything like that. No wand experiences, just flat out the rides that you can get into a car or a contraption, so to speak, and ride the actual ride. So I'm going to be ranking them all, and this is all my opinion, but I'm going to be ranking them all from my favorite to my least favorite, or kind of the ones are my go-to ones to my least go-to ones, and give you the reasons why, and I'd love to know what you think and your feedback on them as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So the least favorite one that I have on my list, the one that I really never ride unless it's absolutely no wait at all, is going to be Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. Now the reason for this is because, and I'll give you the reason why here, of course, and I will say this much, the actual theming of the ride, as far as like the queue itself, is the best queue in my opinion as of right now, but this is all before Epic Universe opens. But the queue for Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey to me is the absolute best queue in Universal for any theme, because you literally feel like, in my opinion, you feel like you're walking into the school, because you kind of are in a way, and I love that theming. It's so authentic and so well done, like straight from the books, so I love that. But pretty much for me, as soon as you get on the ride, it kind of ends the enjoyment. And the reason why I say that is because the seating itself, the contraption of it is very kind of, it's jerky to me, for one thing. I will ride it probably every few months when I attend there, or like since I don't live in Florida anymore, I will ride it when I go there. But overall, when I was an annual pass holder and I lived in Florida for a little while, for a couple of years, and then if there was no wait time, I'd ride it, but otherwise I would totally avoid it. And again, for one thing, I don't like screen rides. I just never really have. I think they're kind of just not that fun overall, and I feel like I could just stay at home and watch the movie if I want a screen ride, personally. I think it does an okay job of a ride at mixing together the animatronics of where you're at in the ride itself, and then also the actual screen. So it's not the worst ride ever. I say it is, but from my experience, but like it does an okay job of mixing together screens and actual animatronics for where you're at in the ride. But I don't like how it pretty much like starts off and lifts you up and then kind of yanks you back, like almost like upside down, not upside down, but like 90 degrees, and then flips you back over. And then the worst part about it to me is that when you're switching scenes, essentially, because you go through different scenes of all the books combined, when you're switching scenes like that, it kind of like rips you into a scene and rips you out of it. I know why they do it the way they do it, as far as like the seating goes, because it's supposed to be like kind of like you're riding a broomstick in a way, and I understand that, but I feel like it's just not very smooth, and it's a very jerky ride. So whenever I've ridden it, for one thing, I have to hold my phone in my pocket very, very tightly, which is my own problem. But I just feel like it's a very jerky ride to get yanked in and yanked out of every little scene, essentially. And I just don't like it just for that reason, because it always hurt. Like I'm always hurt more than I should be on a ride when I get off of it. And then the ending of it is kind of weird and kind of awkward, just kind of how it like floats through to the end. It's very bumpy. But the other thing that I like about it is that it is probably, in my opinion, the most broken down, or I should say the ride that goes down the most of all the Harry Potter rides, because for whatever reason they can't get that thing to move, the ride contraption to go smoothly. So again, some people love it and it's all good, no worries there. So it's one of those things. But so that's my least favorite ride of all the Harry Potter rides. Now my second least favorite ride, or least ridden ride, it kind of honestly goes a little bit hand in hand with the first one, but it would be Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts. Now a lot of the reasons are kind of the same as a Forbidden Journey. It's another majorly minor, like primarily screen ride, again, which I'm not a fan of. I just feel like if I'm going to go all the way to a theme park and pay admission for it, or have a pass for it, and go all the way in there and walk all the way to the ride, I just don't want to look at the screen for a ride. That's just my opinion. Some people love them, and to each their own and all that. Again, I will give it major authenticity credits for the queue. Once again, the queue is amazing for Escape from Gringotts. The storyline is great on it. I love that. It is also still a bit of a jerky ride, and all I mean by jerky, again, because again, I'm someone, I love roller coasters a lot. It's my favorite thing to do. I love coasters, But my least favorite thing on a jerky ride is when it's like yanks you around, like, and it's like stop go, like very jerky, and it just kind of like, again, you get off almost hurts no matter how well you are in shape, like no matter how healthy you are, like overall, it jerks you so much for like your body when you're on it that it's just not comfortable. That's why I feel like when it comes to that. But so again, the screens on there I don't like. They look good when overall, like they're not like low quality or anything like that. But there's just, I don't like having a screen experience. That's just my opinion. Now I will give it credit though for Escape from Gringotts, because I love how they have the dragon blowing fire. It's not part of the ride really because it's outside the actual ride, but it is really right how they have the dragon blowing fire outside of the actual ride itself. It's just cool that they have that as part of the actual theme park. But again, just Escape from Gringotts is just one of those, good storyline, but overall I just don't think it's, I don't know, some of the wait times I see on it, which are like over an hour or an hour and 20 minutes, are just kind of not my thing. So that's just one of my opinions. But again, if you feel differently, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know that. Just my opinion, just not my thing. Now my third least ridden one, now we're getting up to ones where I actually enjoy them a little bit more, is I don't know if you qualify it as a ride. It's more of an experience, but you do sit in a seat and ride it. So it's going to be the Hogwarts Express Hogsmeade Station. Now this really is it's really made for more of a switching between the two, like a way to get between Islands of Adventure and Universal Orlando. And that's really its primary format, its primary thing. That's why it exists. But again, the Universal Creative, they did a great job on these rides for the actual queue, because the queue looks exactly like the movie, which is the whole point of it essentially, and it's fun to walk through when it's not a huge wait. So I love that. I do like how when you actually get on the actual ride itself, like you actually go into a cabin, you have a cabin to yourself or with maybe a few other people, but it's a very legit, very well themed, aesthetically pleasing ride for sure for that. It's long enough to where you can actually like relax a little bit. It's got some air conditioning on there, so it's cool for that. It is a screen ride in a way, because on the right side or on the left side, depending on where you are seated, depending on where you are seated, there is the screens, but they do tell a story more, I feel like, than the other two rides do essentially. And it's not jerky. It's a non-jerky ride, so it is still a ride. It's still a screen ride overall, but it is a more relaxing one. It's kind of like the People Mover over at Magic Kingdom in a way. That's how I kind of feel about it. It's a place you can relax and enjoy yourself and just kind of chill while switching between theme parks. And it's a lot better than walking between the two parks. So I will give it that. So that's my third one. And then my absolute favorite and most ridden ride, and this might be the most obvious cliche answer, and everyone probably saw it coming at the beginning of this video, but it would be Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure as my favorite ride. And I cannot say enough good things and rad things about this ride. It's pretty much, to be honest with you, everyone, the reason why I became an annual pass holder, because when we moved down to Florida a couple years ago, like it was like right during COVID actually, and Universal was the first park to really open up and still sell annual passes. So we bought annual passes for Universal Orlando and Islands of Adventure, and it was the first, like, I hadn't really ridden it that much, but to me, it's the most smoothest ride for what it does. Like, it's probably, I think from what I've read it online and all the videos I've seen about it, it's the most complicated kind of technical ride in the world as far as like what it does, as far as like speeding, slowing down, going up the thing. It doesn't have any inversions or anything like that at all. That's the one thing it doesn't have, which I'm fine with, honestly. It's a really overall low ride, but it drops you, it takes you backwards. It has very, the curves and slopes and all that, but also the theming is insane. The theming is absolutely incredible. You go very, very fast. It's one of those rides where you go a lot faster than you think you are. And I think it tops out at 16 miles an hour is what I saw in the video. I could be wrong about that. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I believe it's 16 miles an hour, but you feel like you're going way faster than that because of how you're maneuvering. I love that they have the lake, essentially, right there, where you kind of go around that and kind of go over it and cruise around it. And I love, and again, the queue line, again, is insanely well done. It's very, very creative. And that's one thing, obviously, I've mentioned about every ride, is that all these queues for all these Harry Potter rides are, they're part of the reason why people go to Universal, honestly. It was Harry Potter, because I feel like, and this is kind of more my feelings on it, but I feel like before Harry Potter World existed, overall, Universal or Islands really didn't have a ton of stuff to go see. They did have rides that were good, like, don't get me wrong, but when the Harry Potter land opened up, both like the Diagon Alley and also Hagrid's and all that stuff, once these rides really opened up, it gave Universal a lot more, authenticity and a lot more worthwhile to go there and experience everything. Because again, when I lived in Florida, I would literally just take a trip to the park just to ride Hagrid's, and it was never that bad of a wait usually, and the ride experience is always phenomenal. I've never broken down on there before, ever, and I've ridden it probably hundreds of times at this point as well. And it's just one of those rides that is very, very well done, very well designed. Again, the queue is amazing, and it's a very fun ride. You don't have to be, and it's a very good kind of like an intermediate coaster too, where it's like if you're afraid of doing like, I mean, it's not Harry Potter theme, but if you're afraid of doing like Velocicoaster, which is my favorite coaster right now before Epic Universe opens, then it's a great kind of intermediate coaster where you don't, again, there's no inversions on it, so but you get some speed on there. There's still enough thrill to get your heart racing, but you still have a good time on it without it being too much and things like that. So those are all my ranked Harry Potter rides. Again, I'm not going to go into any of the like the experiences that they have, like as far as like the wand purchasing or like places to eat or something like that, because those are all very different vibes to me. But again, that's just my list. But again, I will say it again. The Universal creative team did the best job ever for all these queue lines, and that may sound kind of stupid on how the queue is the best part of the ride for some of these, but it really makes waiting a lot less stressful and a lot less when the queue you're walking through is worth the wait in a way, because when you have this long of a wait in some cases, like over an hour in some cases, the queue, if it's really well done, it makes the ride experience a lot easier to get through if you know you have to wait for over an hour and the queue is worth walking through. And then when you actually get on the ride, then it's even cooler. So again, that's me ranking them from my least ridden. Again, they're not bad rides. So I don't want you guys to hear this, or I don't want you guys to take this the wrong way. Like if you enjoy these rides that have screens, have at it, awesome, cool. It's just me personally, I don't like the screen experience. I never have, no matter what theming it is for what story it is. So that's just me. But let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. If you like it, dislike it, disagree with it, agree with it, whatever the case is, let me know in the comments. I'm stoked to read all those from you. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.